Welcome back to Hit List, and today we are on our final episode of our ongoing series where we ask ourselves the question, what was the best release of 2021 on Netflix? Before we get into it, I would like to thank NordVPN for being today's sponsor. In previous episodes, we looked into the best and worst of 5 different genres and asked you to decide which 2 you would like to go head to head in our final episode. You guys were really passionate and sure about your choices, and after reading through all your comments, we were able to narrow down our previous selection into 2, Squid Game and Sex Education. The first of these, which we will break down, will be the new hit, Squid Game, which aired on Netflix September 17th, 2021. And I must warn everyone before I begin that there will be spoilers if you've yet to see either show.
이 자리에 오신 여러분을 진심으로 환영합니다.
첫 번째 게임이 시작됩니다.
게임에 참가를 원하지 않는 분은 지금 말씀해 주시기를 바랍니다.
그럼 시작합니다.
Since its release in mid-September, this South Korean thriller drama skyrocketed into popularity immediately after its release, ranking number 1 in over 90 countries and being viewed by an estimated 142 million households within a month. Which, if you need a reference to compare how big this is, 2020 release Bridgerton, which was previously Netflix's most watched show, was viewed by an estimated 82 million households in the same time frame. The script for this series was initially written in 2008 by writer and director Hwang Dong-hyuk, but was not picked up by investors until Netflix pledged to invest in the show as part of their $500 million investment into media products by South Korea. The series follows a contest of 456 participants who despite all coming from different walks of life, have one common motive for participating in the game. They are all in severe debt. The show being inspired by the severe amounts of economic inequality in South Korea. The aim of this contest is to participate in 6 traditional children's games, such as Red Light, Green Light and Tug of War. Those who win can move on and attempt to win the 45.6 billion Korean won, which in pounds is about 28.2 million. However, those who lose will be eliminated and killed. And while it's clear to know that a show involving deaths of over 400 characters will most definitely be gruesome and disturbing, the social critique and commentary about class inequalities and issues in contemporary society is clearly presented, despite translation inaccuracies for English audiences. But with fame and popularity also comes legal troubles, with Netflix facing troubles due to the inclusion of a phone number within the drama that caused a South Korean woman to receive thousands of prank calls relating to the game. Netflix have since removed the phone number from the show and released a statement asking fans to refrain from making calls and messages. Fans of the show are very eager to know whether or not the series will get a season 2. While this is likely due to its immense popularity, no confirmation has come from Netflix or from director Hwang. But what do you think? Comment down below and tell us whether you want a season 2, and if you do, what would you want to occur? And now on to the second half of this episode, where we will discuss sex education.
We don't run there for Nick anymore.
We grew apart.
Sure you're okay? Yeah, I'm fine, honestly.
Look, I understand that you're not ready to tell your mum, but if you're not all in, then I can't be with you.
Life is fragile. People make mistakes. If you love someone, you should tell them that you love them. Because it might be too late.
Season 3 of Sex Education coincidentally came out as the same day as Squid Game, September 17th, 2021, and it's clear to see from statistics which series was the most successful. When the first series of Sex Education was released, it reached 42 million views. However, no recent statistics for the new season have been revealed. But is your opinion which we truly care about with Hit List? The show tackles issues like gender identity, sexuality and mental health, which are all very important topics to talk about for teenagers in the 21st century. Before we dive straight into season 3, let's first discuss season 1 and 2. Now in the first season, which came out January 2019, we introduced to Otis, an awkward and unpopular teen who's just trying to survive in high school alongside his best mate, Eric. His mum, a sex therapist, works from home and therefore Otis has grown to have some knowledge of the subject, but he's embarrassed about his mum's job. He then gives sex advice to a fellow student and in turn gets the nickname Sex Kid. Due to this, he decides to make a secret business giving out unofficial sex and relationship advice for money, with the help of his unknown crush Maeve. He remains a secret and uses the old toilet block in his school to provide his services. Following its release in January 2020, Season 2 delves deeper into the connection between Maeve and Otis. Not only this, but it follows side characters in their personal struggles with relationship problems as well as their sexuality. It is important to shed light on what certain teenagers are going through during these current times, and it acts as a real eye-opener, especially to the older generation, of how much pressure can force teens to fit into certain stereotypes instead of being themselves. Season 3 picks up from the previous and follows Otis, his mates, and their hard struggles with growing up in today's society. Otis's mum is now single and pregnant with her ex-boyfriend's child. This season highlights Otis's struggle with his new relationship with popular student Ruby. His best mate Eric also finds it hard to resist temptations away from his boyfriend, and the list goes on. We will refrain from spoiling too much of this drama-filled season, let you watch it for yourself. A season 4 for Sex Education has been confirmed, however some speculation has come to whether Emma Mackey, who plays Maeve, will return for the show, although no confirming statement has been made. So like we said with Squid Game, what are your thoughts on season 3, and what would you like to see happen next? Now, comment down below. Now that is all we have time for today's episode, and while global Netflix viewers have clearly made their mind up on what their favourite show is, it's your opinion what matters most. So be sure to comment down below your favourite, as well as head to our social media and take part in our poll there to let us know. Would you rather play a game of Dakji in order to enter a sinister game, or go to Moordale High for a turn with Otis and his gang? And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep updated on the release of our next series, where we move on from Netflix to find out which was the best release of 2021, but this time for Amazon Prime. Stay tuned to find out.